You all know me as English King from the Gamer Escape. This video is based on my opinion. Where does the government fail? They fail in keeping their citizens equally happy and by making it hard on some people to even exist in the world. By paying taxes on money that they worked so hard to make and need just to get by. How many types of taxes do American citizens pay? Well, from just a little research on the internet, I found this: 12 different taxes. 1. Income taxes. The United States income tax is usually the first thing people think of when they hear the word tax. This is because between federal and state taxes, some Americans lose as much as 35% of their paychecks to income taxes. 2. Business taxes, also known as corporate taxes. These are direct taxes levied on the profits of businesses. Expenses that are deemed necessary to the business can usually be deducted to lower the amounts of profit subject to taxation. 3. Payroll taxes. These are the taxes that must be deducted from wages paid by employees, and the employer usually must match the amount. Some payroll taxes include federal withholdings, disability insurance, Medicare, and other state withholdings. 4. Capital gains taxes. In the United States, the tax is levied on all income generated from a taxpayer's capital gains, which are profits from a sale of an asset that was purchased at a lower price. Alternatively, if the taxpayer suffers from capital losses, they can deduct the full lost amount. The most common capital gains are created from the sale of stocks, bonds, and property. Inheritance tax. The inheritance tax, aka the death tax, it arises from the death of a taxpayer. It is imposed on the transfer of any property or asset transferred as the result of death. However, when they are left to a spouse or a charity, the tax usually does not apply. Sales taxes, consumption tax, aka sales tax, are levied at the point of purchase for specific goods and services. It is usually the percentage determined by the levels of government charging the tax. Due to individual state and local taxes, the exact rate you will pay will vary widely by location. 7. Property taxes. Property taxes are imposed on property by reason of its ownership. Typically, these taxes are paid on real estate. However, property taxes can also be paid on personal property, such as boats, automobiles, recreational vehicles, and other business inventories. Excise tax. Any tax that is based on the value of this product being taxed is considered an excise tax. They are based on the quantity of the product. Common examples include those levied on gasoline, cigarettes, taxes, and CDRs, DVDs that are paid to copyright owners. 9. Gift taxes. The gift tax is one that is levied on the transfer of property by one taxpayer to another while receiving either nothing or something of less or equal value in return. Selling something at less than its value or making interest-free and reducing interest loan may qualify as making a gift. The IRS general rule is that any gift is a taxable gift. However, there are many exceptions. 10. Retirement taxes. All of the taxes levied to the government plan for taxpayers' retirement could be considered retirement taxes. In the United States, we pay into a Social Security system that provides income to retired workers from the general fund. Our tax is regressive as we all pay the same rate up to a specific cap. Then all income above the cap is not taxed. 11. Tariffs. An import or export tariff is one that is paid by the movers of any goods through a political border. Typically, it is used to encourage local businesses and discourage the purchase of foreign goods by increasing the price of the foreign goods. Tolls. Number 12. Tolls are fees charged to drivers who cross through designated bridges, tunnels, and even some roads. They are almost always paid in fixed amounts each time you drive past through the restricted area. Okay, first off, I want to say this: tax booklets are way too complicated for the average person to understand because you have like 15 different pages that may be required for you to fill out and many instructions to follow. Many small businesses have problems with just surviving. As in my case, I teach English conversation as a private business. I have to pay income taxes, but of course I get a housing exclusion for living in Japan, and you can minus a little for your dependents, but then you have to pay another business tax, Social Security tax, based on your business income minus your business expenses. In my case, I don't have a lot of business expenses, so I'm hit hard with a lot of taxes, not including the exchange rates going up and down and exchange rate fees. But think about this: what if you have no business expenses, but your family cost of living exceeds the money you make from your business. How the hell are you supposed to survive? I'm not saying my family spends foolishly on luxurious items, just basic needs. Many companies can't survive, so end up closing down. I worry now about losing my house, even though my house loan actually is lower cost than if I rented a house. Am I supposed to end up homeless? Where is my next meal going to come from? Am I supposed to end up on welfare and use other people's hard-earned tax money? None of this makes sense. The government should not be eating away so much from hard-working people. Now, let's add in property taxes. Why do you have to pay this tax every year? Do people pay tax every year on a computer or desk or some other product they buy? No, they pay at the time of purchase. This tax should be removed except when buying a house or selling a house. People need a place to live, and make them pay every year is so absurd. If you're a Christian, think about this. God said, go out into the world. He did not say pay stupid taxes to survive. How about taxes on food and water usage? Long ago people pay for them? No. God made the animals, plants, and water for our survival. He did not say, pay me a tax to eat, drink, and live. Next, on my list that doesn't make sense is inheritance tax. Why should a person pay another tax on their parents' items after all? The parents already paid their taxes on them when they purchased. Parents worked hard for their family's survival, yet upon death all that work seems to be for nothing because it is usually taken away again in taxes. Remove this tax and it will make people build a stronger, happier life. People end up having to sell most of what they get just to cover the taxes on them. Sounds like all the government cares about is getting money to cover their own income and making themselves richer off the hard-working citizens. I think most tax could be done away with, and people only pay out consumption taxes on luxury items that are purchased. If you look at history of income taxes, it was added and removed several times and re-added to pay for the war. I don't think our forefathers intended us to pay taxes when they left Europe. They wanted freedom, and our freedom is gone. We are prisoners of our own government. If we fail to pay, we end up behind bars. How is this constitutional? Well, guess we can get a free meal and a roof over our head at other taxpayers' expenses. President Obama says he wants to improve America. Start by removing some of the pointless taxes that make it hard on people's lives just to exist, and remold America to a country that cares about its people and not filling the rich people's pockets and government officials' pockets with our hard-earned money. Lately, all I think about is death, and I am sure many others do. Why the hell am I here just to pay taxes and then die of old age? When I was a kid, I often dreamed of having a real family someday, yet I now wish at times I didn't have that family, because I have to worry now, where's my child's next meal going to come from? If I don't have the money to feed, I am better off dead than alive. Why? Because if I die, my insurance would pay more to my wife and child than if I was alive. Life should not be that way, and no wonder kids end up in broken families with only maybe one parent or abusive parents, because they are all stressed out and can care less about their families because they themselves are just trying to continue to exist. The government is failed. Rich people are failed because they are blind with their money and can survive, so don't have to concern themselves about other people's problems. Well, I guess that's all for now. Thanks, English King.